Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Cooking red snapper, recipes and tips for a delicious meal. Red snapper is a popular fish, and it's easy to see why. It's delicious and versatile. You can find it on menus in many restaurants, especially those that serve seafood. This fish has a mild flavor and a firm texture, making it perfect for a variety of recipes. What makes red snapper so well liked is its ability to hold its flavor when cooked, and it pairs well with many seasonings and ingredients. If you're looking to cook red snapper, you're in the right place. We'll guide you through the process and share some tips to help you make a tasty meal. Choosing the freshest red snapper. When you're at the market or fish store, how do you know which red snapper to pick? The key to a delicious meal is starting with the freshest fish possible. Think of it like buying a bouquet of flowers. You want the ones that are vibrant and perky, not wilted and sad. Fresh red snapper is essential for bringing out the best flavors and textures in your dish. So, what should you look for when selecting the perfect catch? Identifying fresh red snapper. To pick the freshest red snapper, you need to know what to look for. A fresh red snapper should have a few distinct characteristics. First, check the eyes. They should be bright, clear, and bulging. Next, take a sniff. Fresh fish should have a mild, ocean-like smell, not a strong, fishy odor. The skin should be shiny and firm to the touch, with no signs of dryness or flakes. If you're buying a whole fish, the gills should be a deep red color. If you're buying fillets, look for ones with a firm texture and a slightly springy feel. You can also ask the fishmonger when the fish was caught and if it's been stored properly. Some questions to ask include, what's the origin of the fish? How was it caught? How long has it been stored? Sustainable red snapper sources. Now that you know what to look for, where should you buy your red snapper? It's essential to choose sustainable sources to ensure the long-term health of our oceans. Look for fish that's been certified by organizations like the Marine Stewardship Council, MSC, or the Aquaculture Stewardship Council, ASC. These organizations verify that the fish was caught or farmed using sustainable practices that minimize harm to the environment. You can also check with local fishing organizations or fish markets to see if they have any recommendations for sustainable red snapper sources. Some popular sources include local fish markets, fishermen's cooperatives, community-supported fisheries, certified sustainable seafood programs. By choosing sustainable sources, you're not only getting a fresher, better-tasting fish, but you're also helping to protect the ocean and its inhabitants for future generations. Preparing red snapper for cooking. Now that you've chosen the freshest red snapper, it's time to prepare it for cooking. This step is crucial in bringing out the best flavors and textures in your dish. So, what's the first step in preparing red snapper? It all starts with scaling and cleaning the fish. You want to make sure you remove any scales, bloodlines, and innards to get a clean canvas for your recipe. Scaling and cleaning. Scaling and cleaning a red snapper can seem intimidating, but it's actually a straightforward process. Start by rinsing the fish under cold water to remove any loose scales or debris. Next, use a fish scaler or the back of a knife to remove the scales, working from the tail to the head. Be careful not to press too hard, as you don't want to damage the skin. Once you've removed the scales, use a pair of kitchen shears to cut open the belly and remove the innards. Rinse the fish under cold water again to remove any remaining scales or debris. You can also use a pair of pliers to remove the gills and gill rakers. Now, your red snapper is clean and ready for the next step. Filleting and portioning. After scaling and cleaning the red snapper, it's time to fillet and portion it for your recipe. Filleting a fish can seem daunting, but it's actually a simple process that requires some practice. Start by laying the fish on its side and making a cut just behind the gill plate, from the top of the head to the spine. Then, use a gentle sawing motion to cut along the spine, using a fillet knife or a sharp boning knife. Continue cutting until you reach the tail, and then repeat the process on the other side. Once you've removed the fillets, you can portion them into smaller pieces, depending on your recipe. For example, you can cut the fillets into smaller chunks for a stir-fry or leave them whole for a baked or grilled dish. Some common portion sizes for red snapper include small fillets, 6 to 8 ounces, for a single serving. Medium fillets, 8 to 12 ounces, for a shared dish. Large fillets, 12 to 16 ounces, for a special occasion. Bite-sized pieces, 1 to 2 ounces, for a seafood salad or appetizer. Remember, the key to filleting and portioning red snapper is to be gentle and patient, as you want to avoid damaging the delicate flesh. With a little practice, you'll be a pro at preparing red snapper for cooking in no time. What's your favorite way to prepare red snapper? Do you have a go-to recipe or a favorite cooking method? That's it for part 1. I hope you're excited to try cooking red snapper at home. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll share more recipes and tips to make your meal even better. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.